There's 5 things that you must do after you upload your video to get maximum exposure by YouTube. And this is something that we've been doing now on this channel, which is a fairly new channel, only 9 months old. And we've crossed 900,000 views and over 24,000 subscribers from doing exactly what I'm gonna share with you in this video. And I'm gonna cover them here on the handy dandy little whiteboard. And let me just say, these 2 here I have marked as delayed. There's a slight delay and you're gonna see why, but it is really, really important that if we catch that in time, that's why we got a delay, that can really drive up your views and it can take your video from a flop into a hero. So let's get into it. All right, so the first one is no sharing. I want you to resist sharing your video thinking that you are doing a good thing. All right, I shot a video recently where I talked about that and it kind of blew up. That video is over 100,000 views because people were shocked that I was saying, don't share your videos. Now, I wasn't saying don't share your videos ever. I was saying, give it 7 days. That's our rule. All right, and the reason why is because we want to give the algorithm its freedom to do what it does. We don't wanna influence it in any way. You would think, well, if I'm giving it views, then YouTube's gonna look at it and go, these are great views. The thing is, you might get a weaker click-through rate, or you may get a less of a watch time, which can actually hurt that video. So what we like to do is just let the AI inside of the YouTube algorithm do its thing. It's gonna try to find those audiences and we don't wanna interfere with that. So don't share your videos. And actually in the comments right now, let me know, have you shared a video? It's okay if you have, I used to. Let me know in the comments. All right, number 2 is you want to comment and you wanna pin that comment at the very top. All right, so this way here, when people are coming to the video, they are going to be able to see that. All right. A lot of times people think, well, I'm going to put it in my description. Why would I do that? Well, the reason why is because not everyone sees your description. And if you don't put it in the first part of your description, they won't see it unless they click read more. So what we want to do here is we want to put a comment in there. And you might be saying, well, Scott, what do you put in there for a comment? It's going to depend. I would say if you're brand new, trying to get your channel off the ground, the best thing you could do is just put a question in there, a very basic question, and ask it. And just put it in that pinned comment. And what that will do is start to get some engagement. And then from there, you can connect with your audience and you can start to interact with them. All right. And that's going to show the algorithm also that the video is getting some attention. It's getting some engagement. Now, if you're a little bit further along, or maybe you're a coach or a course creator and you have a free resource, well, I would say put that free resource in there. We have one ourselves and it's basically we have a hooks guide that we give away, which is 10 of our top title hooks. And we pin that in the comment. You'll probably see that in our comment here on this video. But the other thing we do is we tell people to comment hooks and we will give them a copy of our top 10 outlier titles that have actually helped us blow up this channel to almost 1 million views in 9 months on a brand new channel. So once again, if you want that, just put hooks in the comments. We'll send it to you, or you can just check out the pinned comment. All right. So this one here is a little bit of a delay on what we're going to be doing, and that is your impressions. We want to start looking at our impressions, I would say within the first hour. And what this is going to do is this is going to allow us to see, is our video actually getting impressions, which tells us, is the algorithm actually showing our video in people's feeds? Because that's the way that the YouTube algorithm is working right now. Yes, there's still search, but you're going to get your first bit of exposure by coming in the browse, all right, showing up in the browse. And actually, you know what? I'll ask you guys another question here. See how we do this? We just ask a quick question. How did you discover this video? Did you search for something and then find the video? Were you watching another video of someone else's and then we were in suggested? Or were you just browsing on your phone and you just happened to see it, or maybe on your TV? Let me know that in the comments. You see how that works? I asked you a very simple question and you can say, I saw you in my feed, or I saw you on my TV. That's how it works. Ask questions, you'll get comments. All right, so the impressions, the reason why we're waiting on that a little bit is because We don't want to make any decisions until we get at least 1,000 impressions. But what that will tell us is if we're not getting any impressions is that our title is off. All right. And our title is not doing the job. The title is what's going to help us get exposure. Okay. And that's telling the algorithm who it is we're trying to target. What's the audience? So again, if you struggle with titles, we help you with that. We have a free resource and you can just put hooks in the comments. We'll send it to you, or you can just go to that pinned comment. But the one mistake that I want to warn you of is don't start tweaking the title until you get enough impressions. And I would even argue that 1,000 impressions probably isn't enough. I would say 2, 3, even 5,000, depending on how new your channel is. All right, because we have to give it some time. That's why I put here delay, right? There's going to be a delay and everyone's going to have a little bit of a different delay, right? Just depends. And you have to monitor that. If you've already been publishing, you can kind of go back and see, when did I get these little pushes from the algorithm? We can literally see that in our analytics. Ta-ta-da-da! Number 4. I don't know why I just did that. I wanted to because I kind of came in and I surprised you. But anyway, click-through rate, CTR, and your thumbnail, okay? Again, this is on a delay because we can't do anything until we've got enough data. We actually A/B split test now every single thumbnail, and we can have a winner within, depending on how many impressions and how many views we're getting, we could have one within 24 hours, but we can also have one within 6 hours, depending on how many impressions. But sometimes it'll take 14 days before you get one. But what we can do is we can monitor the CTR, and that click-through rate is determined by the thumbnail and your average view duration, how long people are actually staying on the video. And I got something for you at the end, so stay tuned. That's going to help you hook your audience in the very beginning, which is going to help you with your retention. So stick around for that. So that's what we want to do there, is we want to monitor the click-through rate and we want to monitor the thumbnail and how well it's doing its job. All right. But we don't want to overreact yet. And we don't want to make any changes until we have enough data. And that's going to go off of the impressions. Blah blammo. I don't know, that was kind of weird. I was trying to be funnier than the last time, but I wasn't even funny then. So we'll just forget I even did that. Comments. All right. Super important. All right. Now, comments, what I mean by that is as soon as your video goes out and you start to get comments, whether it's 1 comment, 5 comments, 20 comments, you need to be on them. All right. And the reason why is 2 different reasons. One is it's a really good thing to do for your audience. When they comment and then you comment right back, it's really, really good for them because they see that you're looking at your comments and you're paying attention. And if you're helping people do something, they know you're there. Okay. And the other thing is you want to also heart it. And the other thing you want to do is you want to heart it and like it. And what that does is just acts as another piece of engagement that the algorithm might see. I don't know if that really helps or not, but that's something that I just have made my standard practice. I like it. I heart it. I comment. All right. The other thing is in that comment is it's going to create engagement, like I just said, which is going to show the algorithm that this video is getting attention. It's getting engagement and people are commenting on it. Now, like I said earlier, if you're wondering, well, how do I get more comments? You do what I did in this video. You ask questions, simple questions. Put it in your pinned comment. Ask a question there. You're going to start getting those comments. Now, YouTube wants you as a viewer to be satisfied with the content. It wants you to get what you came for, but it also wants to see that there's engagement, that there's actually conversation happening. So I think this goes a long way. And this is something that's not scalable. And a lot of YouTube channels don't want to do because it's work, but it's also building a loyal audience and a set of raving fans. So the next time that your video goes out, they might see it and they might even subscribe to your channel without even asking, which, by the way, this channel with 24,000 now that we got as subscribers, we haven't asked for one. We just come on here just like this. We create some pretty good content and people just subscribe because they want to get more. So yeah, that's what you do there. Now, earlier I talked about the click-through rate and the thumbnail, super important, but we also have to increase the retention of that video. We got to keep people hooked right from the very beginning. And that's why I shot a video right here on how you can create killer hooks in the very beginning of your video to grab the attention, hold the attention, and increase your retention. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there.